Hello and good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. My name is Amir Ismail, and I am an authorized citizenship and immigration advisor based out of Toronto. But I am joining you today from the beautiful city of Istanbul. So we flew in from Dubai this evening, and we are in Istanbul, and we are arranging immigration sessions with our prospective clients in Istanbul. But we also have the practice of arranging these online sessions. The focus of these online sessions is usually to answer your questions. So today also our focus would be the same. We also have a giveaway today, and if you put hashtag AIA immigration in the comment section, you can be a winner of a free consultation with our Canadian team. So we have been very busy lately. We've been traveling, and our practice is to go to various countries and conduct in-person sessions. And we have spent some time in Pakistan recently, where we met with people, appeared in media, educating people about immigration matters is always our goal. And in recent times, especially given the situation in Pakistan, that a lot of people are interested in migrating, but then they don't have access to proper legal immigration advice. And that is why the local agents, unauthorized non-Canadian agents, they prey on vulnerable immigrants. So it's very important for us to educate these people, and it has been a very successful trip to Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad. We appeared in mainstream media, major channels, and we also spent some time in Dubai. Now we are in Istanbul. Uh, Obviously, the focus is Canadian immigration, but we are also promoting Turkey's citizenship by investment program. So we will be announcing about it very soon. We will be answering questions. And let me share with you the uh, screen for the giveaway for today. And let me just see if I can show it to you right now. So this is the screen for the giveaway AIA immigration hashtag. And you can also use the same for the purpose of winning the free consultation with us. So we have been asked the question recently as to what should be the way forward for Canadian immigration, especially when express entry draws for federal program is on hold. There are a lot of people who are not qualifying because of the fact that their ranking score is not up to the mark. They start losing points from age 30, and sometimes everything is in order, but they lose points on the language factor. Sometimes, somehow, somewhere, you score less in one of the components of IELTS, and that affects the bottom line. So obviously, you do not meet the going pass rank, and the going pass rank before the express entry federal skilled worker program were put on hold was hovering around 450 to 470. And that is the kind of a score which usually people are able to achieve when they are below the age of 35, they have a master's degree, and they have good language scores somewhere in the vicinity of 7 to 8 bands. So what if you have lesser score in IELTS, and if you have grown in your age, what options do you have? We always recommend to be part of the express entry pool, because that way you can make yourself available for selection by various provinces. And as you might know, that there are 10 provinces and 2 territories in Canada, and each province has its own immigration program called the Provincial Nominee programs. So if you get a nomination by a province, you get 600 additional points. But those nominations are not guaranteed, at least when you make yourself available in the pool, when you create your express entry profile, you at least open that door of nomination. So we always recommend that even if you have less ranking points, making yourself available in the pool is very, very important. So that's how it is. We already have started receiving the giveaway tools that we have shared with you, the entries, I should rather say. Sorry about that. I've had a big flight to take, and I'm trying to gather my senses. Okay, so let's have a look at very quickly to the comments that we are receiving, and let me acknowledge very quickly the people who have joined us. We have Shazad Gul joining us from LinkedIn. Asad Mustafa, thank you for joining, both of you. Mazhar Ali has joined us, and there are questions coming right away. We are going to jump into that. And if you have any questions, just let us know and we'll display them on screen. All right, so we have people joining us from YouTube as well. Bahar Ali is our regular viewer. Mehtab Iqbal, Muhammad Hafiz Khan, Faisal Ansari. Let us know where you are joining us from so we know how wide our reach is worldwide. Okay, let's see. Let's take the first question for today. Okay, so let's take with a very basic question coming from Mazhar Ali. He says, details about Canadian PR visa. That's a broad category that you're talking about. Canadian PR can be obtained by way of various categories. It could be a skilled worker category, it could be a business category, it could be a spousal sponsorship, parent sponsorship. It could be by way of Canada Experience Class, where international students go to Canada, study, and once they have studied, they get a postgraduate work permit. And after that, they can also apply for immigration once they complete 1 year work experience in Canada. So depending on in which category you're qualifying, the first step should always be to determine your eligibility in one of the categories. So if you're interested in finding out about your eligibility, the best way to do is to log on to the website of Canadian government, the official website, cic.gc.ca. They have a tool available to allow you to determine as to which category you are applying in. Or if you approach my office, we do a free assessment. We have an assessment forms for different categories on amirismail.com. You can complete one of the forms that suits your profile, and we can get back to you within 2 business days with the recommendation as to which category you should be applying in, and we can then take the matter forward. Okay, so there is a question coming from Meher Ubaid saying, can they apply from Saudi Arabia? Well, there are no restrictions. You can be anywhere as long as you are meeting the selection criteria. There should not be any problems. Your whereabouts don't matter. Mazhar Ali is asking for email address. It is info@amirismail.com. It's available on our website. Okay. Bahar Ali has joined us from YouTube. Walaikum salam. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Mehtab is saying that he is working in Saudi Arabia, and can he go there without education? So education is one of the most important factor in assessment. Most of the people are unable to score sufficient points if they don't have at least a 3 to 4 years bachelor's degree. So I don't think that you might be qualifying, but you can get in touch with our team and discuss your options. We don't charge any fee for that free assessment. Give us a call and we'll let you know, okay? Bahar Ali is asking, saying after a long time. Yes, after a very long time. But you might have seen that we've been appearing in the media, and a lot of interviews were conducted on Sama News, on Aaj TV, and many others. So do view our clips and share it with your friends and relatives. Muhammad Hafiz, thank you for your entry in the free consultation draw giveaway. Faisal Ansari also has Omer Bachlani. Omer, the hashtag today is AIA immigration rather than just AIA. So if you have put just AIA, you won't be inducted in the giveaway today. So better use hashtag AIA immigration, okay? Okay, so Ajmal Khan is asking, he has a HTV license and 2 years experience as mini truck driver. His question is, can he get work permit for Canada? Well, you can get work permit for Canada, but you need to be able to identify an employer who's willing to offer you a job. We do not arrange jobs, and arranging jobs and charging money against it is illegal. If someone is asking you money to arrange jobs, you should not be paying them because it's illegal to pay or charge for a job. You are better off dealing with licensed recruiters based in Canada, and they too are not allowed to charge any money from the job seeker. So be very, very careful with these local agents who make people fool, they get money out of you, and at the same time, you are going to be blamed for paying for your own job. So be very careful. I always say that, and you should be very vigilant when dealing with anyone who is local in your local market. Um, doesn't make any sense for someone to approach these people when they are not trained or authorized to assist you. Someone, LinkedIn user, has put hashtag AIA. It's hashtag AIA immigration. Okay. Salman Amin, thank you for the hashtag. Rehan Maksood, thank you. Tahura Shahid, thank you. Mohammed John, thank you very much. Yeah, hashtag AIA. Okay, Styles and Decor is saying that he is 54 years of age. Can he apply? So there is no restriction, basically. It's just that you start losing points from age 30, the ranking points. And by the time you are in your 40s, you have lost all your points almost. So it becomes difficult. But we are talking about the skilled worker category, right? You may be able to qualify in other categories. So, depending on your work experience, we can determine whether you could be a good fit for maybe a business program because senior managers can qualify under the business immigration program, assuming that you also have the required net worth and willingness to establish a business in Canada. Okay, there is a question from Maria Muzaffar, and she's saying that she got ready to visa mail from IRCC on 7th April, but when today I went to VFS for passport submission, they say application is invalid. Please guide me. So, Maria, I'm sorry, I'm unable to provide any comment or counseling on this because I'm not aware about the case. I would recommend that you get in touch with our team for a consultation, and we would require a documentation from you to be able to provide you some guidelines in it. Because on the face of it, it should not happen, but I'm not too sure why it did happen. Okay. 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 So let's see. We have more questions coming in. Mazhar Ali saying that he wanted to apply for Canadian PR. Send me details, including expenses. So as I indicated earlier, Mazhar, the first step should be always to make a free assessment with our office. You can do your own research, and you should always do your own research by visiting the official website of Canadian government, www.cic.gc.ca, and see in which category you're qualifying. If you get in touch with us, we do that task for you free of cost. You can complete our assessment form and we can let you know. Okay, let's see. We have more people joining us. Meher has joined us. Thank you very much for joining, Meher. Faraz, San, Walaikum Salam. Naeem Malik, thank you for joining. Muhammad Faisal Ansari is from Karachi. And Zishan Umar saying, can we apply for Canadian visitor visa from Pakistan? Indeed, you can apply for Canadian visitor visa from Pakistan. A number of Pakistani applicants apply for Canadian visitor visa on daily basis. Okay. Meher is saying, what are the chances of NOC code 122168 points for Saskatchewan? Okay, the chances cannot be predicted because the only problem with the PNP programs is that they have a limited quota. So if you have an in-demand NOC and you have the required points scores as well for Saskatchewan, and we know that the point score fluctuates, but still the province has a lot of choice. The number of applicants are far greater than the quota available. So they might have a number of applicants with similar score and similar NOC, and it would be up to the province as to which applicant they would select. Malik has joined us from LinkedIn. Thank you. Rajput Sulheri is saying that he is a British national and he's 42 with masters and 8 years environmental specialist experience. How cool is that for me to be the best to choose the best program? Okay, so obviously you're losing a lot of points in your age factor, and as I said, when people start losing points in one or more factors, the only best bet would be a provincial nomination. A provincial nomination gets you additional points, and if you look at the recent past, you see that the federal program is on hold anyway. So even someone who has the required points for the last 14 months or so, they all are relying on provincial nomination. Everyone is relying on provincial nomination at the moment. And provincial nomination obviously is not a guaranteed thing. You have made yourself available in the pool, and the province might select you. But I would recommend everyone or anyone who meets the criteria to be able to enter the pool, because there is a criteria to enter the pool as well, which is 67 points. So assume that you are able to score 67 points. You make your express entry profile, you do your ECA, the educational credential assessment, you do your IELTS, and you make yourself available in the pool. It may or may not happen because you can't predict as to which province and when will select you, but at least you did your best and you left no stone unturned, right? So I would recommend that you do that. But before that, if you want to have our team make an assessment of your eligibility, we'll do that for you, okay? And get in touch with us. Shanila Fayaz, thank you for your wishes. Let's see, we have more questions coming in. Sayyid Ishan Fahim is saying he's above 43, should consider pursuing immigration or not. So, Zishan, first of all, see if you meet the requirement, a minimum requirement to be able to enter the express entry pool. And if you can enter the pool, then obviously your next target would be to make yourself available to various provinces. And as I said earlier, if you get selected by one of the provinces, then you can go to Canada. But if you do have senior management experience, then you may consider the business program, or there are a lot of people who are considering coming to Canada as a student these days, international students, and a number of them are mature students. The good thing about the Canadian student visa is that you can bring your spouse and dependent children with you if you want to. And that way, the accompanying spouse can get an open work permit, and the accompanying spouse can work in Canada full time. You, as a student, can study full time, but also can work part time, 20 hours per week, and full time during breaks. Children below the age of 18 and up to high school can go to Canadian schools free of cost. So it's a good option. And then once you graduate, then you can also apply for a postgraduate work permit after completing your studies. For a postgraduate work permit, you don't necessarily have to have an employer. You can apply without an employer. But once you find an employer and you complete your 1 year work experience, then you may qualify under Canada Experience Class, number one. And number two, by getting a Canadian credential, you gain points on that count. You get points on gaining work experience in Canada, or your spouse can contribute toward more points because then she will have work experience in Canada. So all these things would contribute toward your eligibility under various programs. Okay. Hope that answers the questions. But if you still have further questions, please do get in touch with our team. We'll be happy to assist you. Okay. Faraz Hussain is saying he's 41 years of age and BCom from Karachi University, 18 years of experience in IT. And are there any possibilities? On the face of it, Faraz, it doesn't seem to be a very strong case because, first of all, you're losing points in the age factor. Secondly, your BCom, if it is a 2 year degree, would be considered as a Canadian diploma. So you would be struggling with accumulating sufficient points in order to get yourself an invitation to apply for permanent residence. But do get in touch with us. We can make an assessment. But on the face of it, it appears that applying may result in a wastage of time and money for you. Okay. Tahura is saying she has a BS degree, 4 years work experience. Is she eligible? So it looks like a good case, but there are other factors involved as well, such as age, presence of a relative in Canada, and obviously we have to discuss the possibility in various provinces. So the best way forward could be to complete our assessment form on our website, amirismail.com, and we can make an assessment to see where you stand. Okay, let's see. Muhammad Asif is saying that he wishes to visit Canada on a visitor visa because he wants to have a medical treatment. So it is possible. Obviously, whenever you apply for a visitor visa, you have to give a reason why do you want to go to Canada. So the officer is going to look at your reason, look at its validity, look at whether it is reasonable, logical, and whether it would not be risky for them to allow you to come to Canada because you have ties back in your home country, family ties, financial ties, and you will be coming back. So if you apply, a number of people come to Canada for this purpose, but the officer is also going to look into the fact that will these kind of medical treatment be available in a country in your vicinity or in your own country. So this would be the criteria, I believe. Meher, thank you for registering for a giveaway today. Okay, so we have more people joining in. There are a lot of people joining in today. Hamza Salim, thank you. Danish Kalani, thank you. Raj Bhosleri, thank you for registering. Meher Muzaffar is saying application number is invalid. So Meher is Maria, I am unable to provide that advice because I'm not sure as to why this is happening. You do have an application number, and the the VFS office is saying is invalid. So I'm not sure what's going on. You might have to write to the visa post and inquire about it. Faisal Ansari is saying, what are the chances of immigration with age 45 plus with master's degree in MIS, but 20 years experience in sales and operations in the field of telecommunication, email management, and cricket league management? So if you have senior management experience, we can look into the possibility of various categories in addition to skilled worker category like business immigration or startup visa, for example, if you have an innovative idea to share. So startup visa is a good option for a lot of people these days. The designated business organizations in Canada support innovative ideas like incubators and uh, venture capitals and angel investors. So we can look into those possibilities. But for skilled worker category, you are losing points in the age factor. And if you are unable to score 67 points to enter the express entry pool, it would become difficult for you to qualify. We can also look into the Saskatchewan occupation demand for you. So all this would only be possible once you provide us further details by way of our assessment form, and we can get back to you within 2 business days with our opinion. Okay. Naviz Raza is asking, how is Nova Scotia state? It's a wonderful state, but we're receiving a lot of inquiries from people, especially from Pakistan, because I see that there are a number of local agent unauthorized non-Canadians who are placing ads in Facebook, and these ads appear in your timeline, and they give their WhatsApp number. You click that, and then they start giving you stories. Nova Scotia program or any other program in provincial categories, they usually require you to have a job offer from an employer based in that province. What these people do is they give you a promise of arranging a job offer. They charge you exorbitant fees, and at the end of the day, you lose that money. And not only that you lose that money, you also are committing something that is not allowed, that is paying for your own jobs. So I repeat it time and again, and be very careful with these people. Uh, Nova Scotia program, go and check its eligibility on your own rather than looking at a Facebook ad by one of the local agents in the market. You know, so it's very important. So Sheel Kumar, thank you. Faraz Hussain, thank you very much. Junaid Naqvi, thank you very much. Let's have a look at the entries so far. So today is not very competitive, I guess. We have 17 entries so far. We'll conduct the draw shortly. Okay, there's another question coming in, and it's coming from Saklan, and saying he's working as director in logistic company with 12 years experience. He is 34 with 2 years masters in arts and 2 years masters supply chain and logistics management from Virtual University of Lahore. He has been in Dubai for 3.5 years and currently in Saudi Arabia. Can you please advise if I'm eligible? It seems to be a good case because you're not losing that many points. First of all, you have a master's degree as well. We'll see whether it is going to be equated as equivalent to a Canadian master's degree or not. But you do have sufficient experience, and I'll ask you to complete our assessment to see whether you qualify or not. Okay. So let's see. We have a lot of comments coming in at the moment. And let's see. Shara Salim is saying, what is the future of FSW? The future is bright, I would say. It's just that it's on hold at the moment. And yeah, it is causing a lot of anxiety to people, and profiles are expiring, and people are discouraged. And if their profiles are expiring, they are not recreating them. It's the biggest mistake, because if your profile expires, then it is not visible to federal government or provincial government. So you go back to the pool as soon as possible, and it's just a matter of a little bit of a wait, right? Just a matter of some patience. Okay, so Aisha Saqib is saying, what would be the NOC for business manager, business intelligence analyst? So Aisha, you go on the NOC website and look at the job description of various NOCs, which are causing you the confusion. And that is the number one reason of refusal in skilled worker category, because people choose wrong NOCs based on the mistake they make about choosing an NOC based on, I would say, the title, for example. Don't look at the title, look at the job duties, and then choose one. When we are on board, we do that task for our clients all the time because that's the most important task. We work with the client, we come up with the most suitable NOC so that at the end of the day, the officer doesn't refuse the application saying that your chosen NOC was not correct and your job description is different. Muhammad Mufarrad, thank you. Thank you. Bahar Ali. Satar Muhammad is saying Duolingo test is acceptable in Canada studies. Um, all the standards, the language standards are set by the education institutes, and most of them would accept IELTS test. For the purpose of student direct stream, the requirement is um, IELTS test with at least 6 bands academic track. And Fahim Malik is saying, I'm looking for someone from your team to connect me for PR with you. Fahim Malik, you can get in touch with me directly because I prefer that, right? We do have a very, very competitive team. But again, counseling is something that should be confined to people who are authorized by the Government of Canada. So when you get in touch with our team, the first and foremost step should be that you complete our assessment form. Once you do that, we make an assessment, get back to you, and then the next step should be to arrange a consultation, and that would always be with me directly. So I'll be happy to speak to you, set aside my time for you to discuss your free assessment. So for free assessment is the first step. Second step is the consultation if the client wants to proceed further, okay? Okay. Abid Rashid is saying, can you comment on sibling migration sponsorship? So siblings cannot be sponsored for the purpose of immigration. Um, People, Canadian citizens and permanent residents, they can sponsor their spouses, their dependent children, their parents, but they cannot sponsor siblings. But there are provincial programs that helps having a sibling in Canada. First of all, in the mainstream federal program, you get additional points, 15 additional points anyways. But if you look at various PNP options, for example, if your sibling is residing in Manitoba, it helps a lot. That program requires you to have a close connection in that province. So, unfortunately, there are no sibling sponsorship, but siblings do matter, and you get additional points. Sayyid Muhammad Fahd, thank you for joining us today. Aisha Saqib, what are the scope of my field as being business analyst and how can be dug up? So Aisha, get in touch with our team. We'll be happy to discuss your scope and scope of your immigration application. Um, and so far as the job opportunities are concerned, obviously your best bet should be to research about the prospects and the outlook of your occupation in Canada, and the information is available on the internet. So you can do that. But insofar as the immigration prospects are concerned, we can make an assessment to see where do you stand. Okay. Then we have Shakil Rahman. What should be the required budget for taking admission in a low rank university for masters? So Shakil, it depends what level of education you want to pursue. Generally, if you are going for a master's degree, per year tuition fees is somewhere around, on average, $17,000 to $20,000. It can be more, it can be less, but that is what you're looking at. Um, then you also have to take into account the boarding and lodging, which is usually $10,000 a year, and you can make your budget accordingly. If you are yeah, you have already mentioned masters, right? Sorry about that. So master's degree, you're looking at 17,000 to 20,000 or more in tuition fee. So look at your budget and look at your eligibility to get admission as the first step. Then the next step should be to apply for study permit. Marine Anis has joined us. Naeem Malik, thank you. Marine Anis is asking, are you available in Dubai for one-on-one consultation? Yes, we were available in Dubai until today, and we took a flight out of Dubai, and we are in Istanbul right now. We have plans to stay here for a week, and then we will be going back to Dubai. But if you are interested in setting up a consultation to discuss your matter, uh, I would recommend that you go ahead with a free assessment. And then once that assessment is determined to be positive, then we can decide an in-person meeting when we return to Dubai, or an online meeting such as this on one-to-one basis. We can arrange that, okay? Okay, so Naveed Raza is saying that he is 42 and he's working with Adidas Pakistan. And what are the chances? So we would require further information from you regarding your educational qualification and total number of work experience or language skills. To do complete our assessment form, we'll be happy to make an assessment to see where you stand. Sakina Bibi, thank you for joining us again. It's been a while that we heard from you, and thank you for joining us today again. You have done your BBA, as you're indicating, 3 years of experience in banking sector, age is 25 plus. Can I apply for express entry? So you don't apply for express entry. You create your profile in express entry. You basically applying for an immigration program, which could be federal skilled worker program or the other federal programs, or you could be nominated by a province under the provincial nominee program. So it's a general misconception. People think that they are applying for express entry. Express entry is only a file management system used for streamlining the profiles, right, and conducting draws. Um, Abid Rashid is asking from LinkedIn, what are the options for sibling sponsorship? As I indicated earlier, there are no options for sibling sponsorship. The sponsorship is confined to um, spouses, common law partners, dependent children, parents, grandparents, right? But siblings do help in getting you more points. Shakir Rahman saying, can you guide me about the International Mobility Program? This is also a classic one because I see Facebook ads by these known Canadian local agents placing ads for categories in which people don't qualify at all unless they fulfill some criteria. And the criteria for this particular program is that you need to be working in an entity which already has a connection with an entity in Canada. So if you're working for a branch office of a Canadian entity, or if the branch office is in Canada and you're working in the head office somewhere else, then you may be considered under the International Mobility Program, whereby you could be allowed to go and work in the Canadian branch if you are working in a key position, and your addition to that branch in Canada or head office in Canada would help in training of Canadians, or would bring significant benefits to Canada. So yeah, people sometimes think that just because there is a program existing, it would be very straightforward for them to qualify. Had this been the case, then our population in Canada would have not been only 35 million people, right? It would have been much more. But it is like that. And it's not like USA, where we have 550 million people residing just south of the border. Because we do have selection criteria in place. Not everyone can come. Rajput Sleri, you're welcome. Thank you. On Nakwi saying, any option for sibling sponsorship? I answered it earlier as well. No such option available. Depending on the residents, they might be more useful or helpful in a PNP program like Manitoba, for example. Okay. Thank you very much, Salahuddin. There are more people coming in. Aisha Sakib saying, I have emailed your Canada team on last Thursday. Since then, she hasn't received a response. So when you complete our assessment form, we get back to you in 2 business days, right? please do so. If you have sent an email with an attachment, do let us know and we'll look into it. But the first step should always be to complete our assessment form, and it helps us making a clear assessment. Okay. Marine Anis is asking again. Already responded. Yes, we are. Okay. Babar Bhatt, thank you very much. Faraz Hassan is saying, does AIA provide consultancy for AIP program? Yes, we do provide consultancy, but we do not arrange jobs because that is the mandatory requirement, right? And as I indicated earlier, these people in the local market always eyeing on your pocket. They would say, you don't have to worry about job. We'll arrange job for you. You just have to pay X amount of money, which is not allowed. So we don't do that. I would recommend that there are lists of designated employers available on the AIPP program, different various Atlantic provincial programs as well. Approach these employers directly, and if they'd be interested, they can support your immigration application under these regional programs. Aisha Saqib saying, how much time is being taken for PNP ITA by Canadian government? So you cannot predict the time, the lead time to get the ITA because there is a lot of competition, there are a lot of profiles available, and provinces have limited quota. What we can say is that you you can get processing done in 6 months' time after you receive your ITA. But before that, we can't determine because we don't know whether your profile is going to be selected by a province or not. Your availability in the pool for selection by a province is the key. So if you are available in the pool, you are a potential candidate, but can't predict as to when and which province will select you. All right. Sakina baby, thank you for being part of today's draw, which is hashtag AIA immigration. So if you use this hashtag, you can be part of the draw today, which is going to happen in the next 15 minutes time. Okay. We're going to conclude this session very quickly. I'm going to take a few more questions, and then hopefully we're going to be um, going live on regular basis from this point onwards. Daniel is saying that he is doing PhD in management from China. How can I apply? I need your guidance. I'll be very happy to assist you. Please fill out our assessment form. We'll make an assessment based on your present qualification. Obviously, we can also take into account as to when would you complete your PhD in management from China. That would get you additional points, but we'll make an assessment on the existing qualification, and we'll be happy to assist you further. Get in touch with our team. Mohammad Asif, thank you. No worries. It was a pleasure. Babar Bhatt. Babar Bhatt, you might have to eliminate the space from between AIA and immigration. Okay. Hamza Salim is saying that he is from Pakistan, 26 years of age, and he recently completed Masters in Engineering Management. Apart from that, he also has 4 years professional experience within the domain of building automation. How do you see the profile if he creates express entry profile? So I would recommend that you go ahead and create it. I can obviously not predict as to when will it be selected, but it's a very good profile. You're not losing any points in the age factor. You have master's degree, and I'm assuming the way you have written the message that your language skills are quite good. So I can wish you best of luck in your IELTS score. Go ahead and do it, and hopefully it will happen for you. Madiha Abedin, thank you very much. And we have a few more questions coming in. Okay. Patricio saying, if I would like to live in Canada only for 1 year, are there any other simpler options than full immigration? So you either come to Canada on a temporary basis, like work permit or student, or you come to Canada on a permanent basis under Federal Skilled Worker Program, business immigration. If you come to Canada as an immigrant under the federal program or business program or any other program, when you become a permanent resident, it allows you to stay away from Canada for 3 years in every 5 years. So the residency obligation is basically 2 years in every 5 years. So yeah, you can do that. You can be part-time in Canada and still maintain your resident status. And yeah, and you can also come to Canada on a work visa if you have an employer who's willing to offer you a job and also willing to get a labor market impact assessment by applying for it for you. Naveed Raza, you're welcome. Okay, more questions coming in. And we have 15 minutes left until our draw. Let's see who wins today. We have 23 entries today, and only those who would remain with us till the end of this broadcast. And if your name comes, if you're chosen, and if you're not online, then obviously we have to run the draw again. Okay. More questions? On like same question I've already answered. The sister cannot sponsor the brother, but the sister can be very helpful in getting you more points. Sanger Sen saying, why PNP of the provinces reply very late? Well, PNP may not reply at all, even because they have quotas and they cannot invite everyone. So it may be late or it may be never, right? So you have to understand the system. It is an invitation-based system. It may not happen even. You're waiting in the pool and you have applied for the provincial nominee programs, but it may not happen. But if they have already selected you, if you have already been nominated by one of the provinces, and if you have submitted your application to the province already and you're waiting, that wait could be because of the COVID situation. It may not be because of anything else, and they are processing application very slow. Okay. So, okay, Wahid, I've already explained international mobility program earlier. Shan Fahim. So putting hashtag again and again would not increase your chance of winning, right, Zishan? I hope you win today, by the way. And Fahim is saying, I've completed the form and I was eligible, but I want to discuss in detail. And once okay, I'll be happy to pay a fee, but asking for around $200 is a little too much. And considering you, I'm sure you will give some time in Karachi. Obviously, we will do it. It's not that we would charge you money for the assessment. It is basically when we have made an assessment, given you a free assessment, given you our fee structure, and if you have questions, you would be paying a refundable fee if you proceed further. And if you are discussing the matter with one of the staff members, there are no fee. You can always walk into our office in Karachi. You can sit down, discuss. We have an office in Kashif Center for the last 20 plus years. Please come over, discuss, and no worries there, okay? On saying scope of sales jobs in Canada in banking, credit cards, personal, the scope is very good. Sales people are obviously in demand all over the world. And if you have sales experience in banking and credit cards and personal loan, you are needed in Canada. Nizam, thank you for joining us. Asad Raza, thank you for registering. Honor Ray is saying, how about retirement in Canada? Well, you can consider retirement in Canada. It's a good place to be. A lot of people consider coming to Canada, retiring. The health benefits are there, obviously, and but you need to look at the available program. There is no retirement program as such. We do handle a lot of cases for Portugal. We're dealing with the Turkey program at the moment. I'm in Istanbul. So Canada works in a different way. They have different categories. You have to qualify in order to be able to come to Canada. And then if you want to retire, if you want to work, it doesn't matter. But other countries like these, the one that I'm in right now, Turkey, will give you a passport directly by way of an investment. Similarly, Portugal, one of the other countries that we deal in, would give you a resident status with an investment as low as 350,000 euros in your own real estate property. So there are various other options available if you want to retire in any other part of the world without the need of going through a stringent selection criteria that Canada has in place. So do get in touch with us if you are interested in any other country, and we'll be happy to assist. Nizam is saying he's looking forward to move to Canada, and we'll be happy to assist you. Thank you very much for getting in touch. Kar Heather, my pleasure. Waleem is saying his 12th class. He has passed 12th class and computer science, and age is 20. No, why else can I apply for labor category work visa? Okay. You can definitely apply, but you need to have a job offer. That's the first requirement. If you don't have a job offer, you cannot proceed with the work visa. You need to look for employers interested in hiring you, and they might be interested. It is usually next to impossible to get a job offer before migrating to Canada. And in fact, a lot of people, when they arrive in Canada, they still find it difficult to find employment, even when they are authorized to work in Canada. So yeah, and be very careful not to pay anyone any money if they are promising you a job in Canada. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Mama Atik is 32, has 8.7 in IELTS, married, 4 years experience, NOC, triple one best way and chances. So I'm assuming that you say NOC double one, you have done your own research and you know that you qualify. If you're interested in discussing it on one-on-one basis, please get in touch. Depending on your location, if you are in Pakistan, you can get in touch with my Pakistan office and they'll coordinate a meeting with you. Okay, let's see. Nawaz Mehman is saying, what is the cheapest way to migrate to Canada in business category? So there are different options available with various provinces. In most of the cases, they require you to have obviously business management experience, ownership experience. They also require you to have a excuse me minimum net worth, which is usually $400,000 to $500,000, and there is a minimum investment requirement after coming to Canada within 2 years, which is usually 200,000 and more, right? So depending on the program. So if you complete our business assessment form on our website, we'll be able to determine as to which program should suit you, whether it should be Manitoba Business Program or Ontario Program or Saskatchewan Program. We'll let you know. Okay, what they're saying, please tell about FSW Draw. So FSW Draw, the Minister of Immigration had given a hint in an interview that they're going to resume them very soon, sometime in the spring. We'll see what happens. At the moment, there's a backlog of 1.84 million applications that includes majorly the skilled worker applications. And there is an indication that the draws will only resume once the backlog has been dealt with. So it's a matter of a little bit of more wait for the FSW draw to resume. Okay. Aisha Sakib saying, I'm having issue of proof of fund in my case. It is required around $30,000. What sort of alternative or tips to arrange that? Any suggestion, please? So you need to have these funds in your bank account, and the funds should belong to you. They should not be a loan, should be unencumbered from any debts. So there are no other alternatives unless there are assets that could be readily converted into cash. For example, saving certificates, bonds, shares on face value. So these can be considered, but you need to have money to bring to Canada, which would be checked during the processing, would be checked at the time of your arrival in Canada as well. Okay. Shuja is saying, without IELTS, any is there any option for graduation program? Is there are a number of universities that offer admission on conditional basis that if the applicant doesn't have the required proof of language, they can take admission on the basis that they will come to Canada, meet the language requirement by doing a course in English, and then they successfully pass it, they can continue their studies. The visa approval rate for such kind of arrangement is usually very low. So it's better that you do your IELTS and then go ahead from there. Say the Uzmas for saying, what are your views on this Canadian dollar 40,000 startup investment program? So you have to be very careful. There are local agents spreading the rumors. Go on the website of the cic.gc.ca. Look at the criteria for startup visa. There is no such figure actually, $40,000 for startup investment program. In most of the cases, these are the agents who are asking you for this kind of money. There could be professionals involved in pitching your idea the way we do, and we charge a fee, obviously, but it's not a Canadian government's requirement that you need to have investment of $40,000. And a lot of people, they find it convenient. They say, okay, $40,000 is not a big deal. It is at least lower than the usual business category where you are required to invest $200,000 in your own business. But there's no comparison because there is no such requirement, right? So do educate yourself and before proceeding. Okay, so let's see if I can take a few more questions. Let's have a look at the situation. 27 entries so far, and okay, so let's see. We have a number of people to answer, but I think we are running out of time. We have only 3 minutes left. Okay. Wasim Danish is saying that he has been working on a senior management position, managing an organization. Wasim, do get in touch with us because we might have a number of options available for you. It could be startup, it could be entrepreneur option, it could be even the provincial program for skilled workers if your age is in the right age bracket. So that would be okay. At the Sham, Sangar Hassan. Okay. Zainab is asking for FSW. I already answered that. Yes, we are very hopeful, and a number of our clients are also waiting. So keeping your fingers crossed is the need of the time, right? Heather, thank you. And Hamza is saying that thanks for reviewing my case. We'll be planning your PILs and proceed further as soon as possible. We are looking forward to it, Hamza. Thank you very much for trusting us. Mohammad Atik, thank you. Rizwan Azal, do you have any consultants here in KPK Islamabad? Well, we do not authorize local people to call themselves consultants. All these local people calling themselves consultants, had they been in Canada, they would have been charged for a crime. Because if you're using the title immigration consultant, these are only confined for people who are authorized by the government of Canada. We do not authorize local people to counsel our clients on important legal matters such as immigration. So if you are interested in discussing, do discuss with us directly rather than finding someone in the local market. Even if they are associated with our organization, they are still not authorized, not trained to provide you proper counseling authorized by the government of Canada, right? Authorization is the key, and you need to deal with people directly. We are approachable, we can be accessed online, and we do visit local offices all the time. Right now, we are in Istanbul. We were in Dubai earlier. We were in Karachi, Lahore, and Islamabad as well. So we do keep on traveling. It's not necessary that we are there physically because we can always get in touch online. Corona has taught us many things, and one of them is to be able to conduct meetings online as well, right? Suzar Abbas, thank you for your appreciation. Afia Yunus, we have an office in Toronto, and we deal directly with our Islamabad and Multan clients directly from Toronto. We do maintain an office in Karachi. We do not authorize local agents. That is why that office belongs to me. And you can get in touch with me directly. I'll be happy to deal with you personally. Okay. Sim Danish, thank you. Hafi Yunus, yes, we'll be very happy to discuss with you. Thank you for your comment. Khizar is saying, so you're already in touch with us, right? So we have made an assessment, I believe. But to answer your question, we will be happy to discuss further, and my team might have already advised you the way forward for a consultation. And Javed Zedi is saying he's an MBA HR, ECA master's degree, and age 40. So you're losing some points in age factor, Javed, but your target should be PNP. And anyone who is even younger, their target is also PNP these days because federal programs are not happening anyways, right? So everyone is targeting PNP, and you could also target PNP. Okay, so let's see if I can take two more questions and then conclude the session. We are going to run this draw to see who is the winner today, okay? And then my team is going to coordinate with you to arrange that free consultation. We are already 2 minutes over time. Atik is asking, do you have office in Islamabad? I think I deal with all my Islamabad-based clients directly from Toronto since 1991. And I'll be happy to deal with you if you're in Islamabad. Complete our assessment form and we'll be happy to discuss. Asma is saying that she's having two kids, age 33, and done BS biotechnology and BEd. She has 2 years job experience teaching. Can she move to Canada with our spouse? Yeah, it depends. If your spouse is not accompanying at the moment, you can move to Canada without the spouse. But if you want to bring the spouse into Canada, then you'll have to sponsor them under the spousal sponsorship category. Let's see. Okay, so I'll take this question as well. Sabir is saying that he has done his graduation geology, uh, project management, working as QA, QC engineer, no IELTS. So you have to do IELTS, and there is no easiest or the hardest way for migration. There is a selection criteria. You meet the selection criteria, and then you apply. We deal with all our Islamabad-based clients directly from Toronto, so get in touch with me personally, and we'll be happy to assist. Okay. So case-specific questions we might not be able to answer because these require um, accurate assessment. So do get in touch with us to make an accurate assessment. A question like this that Aisha is asking, that she has different experiences and she's done bachelor's in HR, which is totally different. So this is the kind of a case which is a classic example where the officer is very interested as to why have you gone into other field and how did you succeed in that particular field without having formal education in that particular field, but having educational qualification in any other field. So you have to be able to justify. So how would you be able to succeed in that particular profession? So once we are on board, our job is to uh, make our legal submissions to explain to the officer, first of all, choose the correct NOC, and then justify as to why we think that this client of ours will not have any problem establishing themselves in Canada without having a particular qualification in that field. You're welcome, Fraser. So let's see, we are going to be conducting the draw now. We have 27 entries. I'm going to give 1 more minute if you want to be part of the draw. That's going to happen now. Hashtag is AIA Immigration, and what you get is a free consultation with us. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. Let's see who is the winner today. Okay, so winner today is Junaid Nakwi. All right, Junaid, congratulations. My team is going to be getting in touch with you, and we coordinate with you for your free consultation with us on one-to-one basis very soon. Congratulations. And another question, just the last question, I would say. And Mr. Asafi, is saying that he has BSc degree in civil engineering and 6 years experience, and he has a brother in Canada. So obviously, it's a very good thing that you have a sibling in Canada from the point of view of not only support, but also the actual support that you're going to get from your brother when you migrate to Canada, but also the fact that you get additional points. And you seem to have 4 years bachelor's degree, so it's a good case. I would ask you to complete our assessment form, and we can make an assessment of your eligibility. All right. So let's conclude this. You're welcome, Zishan. Session today. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today, and we look forward to our next session, which is going to be next week, inshallah. And we are in Istanbul at the moment, and we are promoting Turkey's citizenship by investment program, where you can get a Canadian, the Turkish passport rather, by way of investing in a real estate property in Turkey. But we'll keep on promoting Canada as well, because that is our main immigration program. And this is Amir Ismail saying goodbye from Turkey, Istanbul. Take care of yourself.